What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. It's STEVEE the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my Eagles schedule predictions video. I know it's been a long time since, I think it's been a week, maybe a week and a half since you've seen me. First of all, during that week and a half, we've had a couple new subscribers, so I just want to say thank you to the new subscribers and welcome to the channel. Obviously, you saw something you liked, so thank you for that. We're almost at 300 subscribers, so that's good. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the year, we can get to 500. Heck, it'd be a miracle if I got to 1,000. But we'll eventually get there, and I enjoy going on this ride with all of you guys. So obviously, like I said, today we're going to be, the NFL schedule came out for all 32 NFL teams, and the question really is, will we even have an NFL season? And I know right now it's questionable, but I think we will. I still think it's too early to tell. But if we do have one, it may be without crowds, only because, unfortunately, things just don't disappear, I wish they did. If I had the power to do it, I would do it, but I don't. And watching football without a crowd, without the fans is that's gonna be weird, It's gonna be real weird. And I like to watch wrestling, and watching wrestling without the fans is weird. And every sport, feeds off the crowd, whether that's being cheered or booed by them. Sometimes being booed motivates people, and sometimes it distracts people. So anyway, but I just again hope everyone's staying safe and continuing their social distancing and everything like that. So anyway, without further ado, let's dive into the schedule and let's see exactly where I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to end up. As Addy, as you all know, who I constantly bring up all the time, he sent me his prediction. He thinks the Eagles are going to go 12-4. And I'm like, okay. I don't know specifically how I feel. I don't know what the record's going to be, first and foremost, because I don't even know how I feel about this team yet. I don't have a feel. So this isn't a definitive pick that I have, but it's just something I have so I can make this video. I'll do another video of later talking about if I really do feel the same way closer to the season, but this is how I feel right now at the moment. It's not a confident feeling, but here we go. Oh, and I also did the NFC East, and I'll quickly run through those, but this main thing is about the Eagles schedule. So, all right, so the Eagles open up the season against the Washington Redskins. It wouldn't be a new NFL season if the Eagles didn't open up against the Washington Redskins, am I right? Eagles opening up against Washington, but they will be at Washington. And I might get some flack for this, but I think the Eagles are going to lose this game. Now, wait. Before you try and revoke my Eagles card, my Eagles fandom card, just think about this for a moment, okay? The Redskins, Ron Rivera is their coach now. They've had a pretty decent offseason. They're a pretty decent team right now, and we'll get to their record in a minute. But I just feel like, the Redskins are going to go out and they're going to want to prove, hey, we're the new Redskins. We're not the old Redskins anymore. We got Ron Rivera now, a winning head coach. May not win a Super Bowl, but he's had a ton of winning records, and he's been to a Super Bowl. So he knows at least what it takes to get there, right? He may not know how to win it like Doug Peterson, but he knows what it takes to get there to win, right? So I think the Redskins are going to want to make a statement, and I think we're going to lose this first game. I just, don't hate me. It's just how I feel right now, okay? And as I've been saying all off season, the NFC East is no longer going to be a cakewalk. That every single team in this division has gotten better, including the Eagles. How much better, I don't know, but we'll get to that. Okay, so I think the Eagles are going to start off with a loss. I know that sucks because I hate losing. I'm ultra competitive. Maybe not Michael Jordan competitive, but I am ultra competitive. All right. So I think we're going to start off with an L. But then the next game, game 2, will be at home and we'll be taking on the Los Angeles Rams. I think we're going to win this game simply for the fact that we own Sean McVay. Doug Peterson is a better head coach than Sean McVay. Let's just call it what it is. A couple years ago when this team was decimated and our hopes and dreams were dashed after losing to the Dallas Cowboys, Doug Peterson took Nick Foles to LA and we beat the Rams, who went to the Super Bowl that same year and lost to the Belichick. Lost to Belichick and the Patriots, the same team that we beat the year prior to win our Super Bowl, and we beat the Rams that same year when Carson Wentz went down. So don't tell me that Doug Peterson's not better than Sean McVay, because we all know he is, and we will continue this trend, except he will be on our home turf. So I think right now, if we keep it scoring, Eagles are 1-1. Then week 3, we got the Bengals. I have absolutely no worry about this team whatsoever. Eagles win this game 2-1. Let's continue. Then the 49ers. And we're going to be at the 49ers. And it's a primetime game on Sunday. We're going to take an L on this one, guys. We're going to take an L on this one. I don't think we're going to win this one, guys. Now, you can say Super Bowl hangover, Super Bowl curse. It's a real thing. Trust me, we know on both sides of the spectrum of losing a Super Bowl and winning a Super Bowl. And despite the fact that they lost, they're still a good team, you know. I know what you're going to say. Jimmy G's, he's not better than Carson Wentz, which is true. But as Stephen A. says, Jimmy G's like the 4th or 5th thing you think about when you think about that team. But then again, who knows? Maybe we can win. I mean, Richard Sherman is going to be a year older, so I don't know. But I think for right now, I think we're going to lose to the Redskins. So if you're keeping track at home, that's 2-2. We are going to be after the first month of football. We will indeed be 2-2. Next, week 5, we'll be at the Steelers. I think that's a win. Besides Juju Smith-Schuster, Steelers really don't have anybody else. I'm not worried about their running backs. I'm not worried about Big Ben. I mean, I know he's probably on a mission will probably win comeback player of the year, but I'm not worried about him. This isn't the same Steelers who were the killer bees. That's not the same Steelers. And they do have a better defense. And you know, last time Carson Wentz faced off against Ben, that boy dropped 33 on him. And that was in game 3 of his rookie season. So now that Carson Wentz is better and more experienced and becoming a veteran like himself, I think, and as Big Ben is going down and Carson Wentz is going up, I think the Eagles can roll right into Pittsburgh and win that game. So Eagles are now what, 5-2? Yeah, no, I'm sorry, my bad. 3-2. Then the Baltimore Ravens. What I got us winning? I got us winning this game, although I'm not comfortable with that win, because the formula to beat Lamar Jackson's out there. Don't let him run. Don't let him escape the pocket. Typically, the Eagles have trouble against quarterbacks who can continue to play, right? They have trouble against these guys, but I'm telling you, Howie Roseman if you get Yannick Ngakoue, I'm staying on this all season until he is officially no longer a part of this team, or there's no way he's going to be on this team. If you trade for Yannick Ngakoue and make this defensive line the best it can be, meaning trading Brandon Graham, not Derek Barnett, but Brandon Graham. You trade Brandon Graham and Rasul Douglas, whatever you got to do, throw in the paycheck with the first round pick, whatever you do, you get him over here. You make this defensive line a beast. And you know Jim Schwartz doesn't really like the blitz, but he likes to use his 4 guys on the line of scrimmage. Fletcher Cox, Derek Barnett, Yannick Ngakoue, and Hargrave, or maybe you have Malik Jackson in there. Either way, that beast defensive line can handle and can contain Lamar Jackson. And plus, let's be honest, he's on the Madden cover, and you know things happen when you're on the Madden cover. Even Patrick Mahomes, it happened to Patrick Mahomes. Yes, he won the Super Bowl, but he did have he had a messed up knee, and he was out for 3 games. So I'm not wishing injury on him, but you know what happens when you get on Madden. Even with Tom Brady, he didn't get injured, but he had the best Super Bowl game of his career, and he lost. So the Madden curse is real. It happens in different ways. So I'm not confident about it, but I think right now, he's probably working on his throwing, but I think right now I'm going to go with the Eagles beating the Baltimore Ravens. So where are we? That makes us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-2 at this point. Next, we have the Giants. And while I do think the Giants are improved, I still think we're going to own the Giants, to be quite honest with you. I still think we're going to own the Giants. Where we at? Are we at home? Yeah, we're at home for this game. We got 3 straight road games after this. After the 49ers game. I'm sorry, after the Steelers game. Yeah, I still think we're going to own the Giants. I think the Giants are improving, but they got an unknown head coach. Jason Garrett is their offensive coordinator, and they don't worry me whatsoever at all. So I think that we're going to win that game. Plain and simple. Next up, Sunday. Actually, I think that's a Thursday night game, against the Giants. So, primetime game. Next, we got the Dallas Cowboys Sunday night at Philadelphia. I remember what happened last time we played primetime at Philadelphia against the Dallas Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott owned us. Ronald Darby got his ankle broke so bad he tore his ACL. Oh, man. I'm picking the Eagles in this one simply for the fact that we always split with the Cowboys, and I prefer we beat them at home than us lose at home. So, plain and simple as that. All right, so then we hit the bye. So according to me, at our bye week, which is in week 9, which again is another perfect good bye. It's legit right in the middle. So it's legit right in the middle. So we got 8 games bye, and then we got another 8 games. So at this point in the bye, we are 6-2. So even though I had us starting the season off 2-2, we won 4 straight games after this, and we are 6-2. Like I said, I'm not confident about the Ravens pick, so if at worst 5-3. But even still, that's a good record to start off the season to go into the bye with. Feeling very confident at this point. So then we come back from the bye, and who's our first opponent? Why, it is the New York Giants at their stadium. Again, like I said, Giants are improving, but they're not exactly on that level yet. They're levels to this. They ain't back to that Super Bowl team that they were years ago. So, swept. The Giants are swept. Next, we got the Browns. We're going to be at the Browns. It's typical. I was having trouble with this one, too. It really depends on which Baker Mayfield you're going to get. And again, if we have Yannick Ngakoue, I think we can beat the Browns. We can disturb Baker Mayfield. And even with Odell Beckham Jr. on the team, that doesn't really matter to me because how much better is Baker than Eli? How much better is Baker? Did Odell even play with Daniel Jones? I don't think he did. So, I mean, no, he didn't. He didn't play with him. So, Odell doesn't scare me. Jarvis Landry doesn't scare me. That team really doesn't scare me. They're a good team, but they don't scare me. So I think we're going to be okay, and I think we're going to beat the Browns. So what's that? That's like 6 wins in a row at this point. Who's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that's 6 wins in a row. Next, we got the Seattle Seahawks Monday Night Football. Normally, I put this as a loss because for whatever reason, we cannot beat the Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson has our number. Pete Carroll has our number. It does not matter. But it will matter this time because I am picking the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game. Why exactly am I picking the Philadelphia Eagles to win this game? Quite simply put, one man. And that man's name is Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. I said last year in the playoffs that Carson Wentz, we were going to beat the Seahawks because Carson Wentz knows how badly he played against the Seahawks the very first time, or last year in the first game they played against them, and how horribly he played. And I said how he was going to be determined to right that wrong. So then he never got a chance to right that wrong because he got knocked out by Jadeveon Clowney, right? So now you have two motives, two incentives to beat the Seattle Seahawks and get that monkey off your back. So I am picking the Philadelphia Eagles and Carson. This is going to be Carson Wentz's best game of the season, specifically against the Seattle Seahawks, because he is going to make it his mission to beat them, and I think we will, because Carson Wentz is going to ride us to this win. He's going to be no, we're not giving up. We got a chance to play. We got a chance to beat these guys, and we're going to do it, and I think Carson Wentz is going to do it. I believe in that man. All right. So then comes our first loss in probably 2 months, because we're probably in November at this point. To the Packers away at Lambeau Field. Listen, I'm happy we won that Lambeau last year, but let's be honest. We got lucky, and for us to beat Lambeau, the Packers in Lambeau 2 years in a row, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. So I think we're going to catch the L. I'm sorry, especially after the emotional win that we're going to have after Carson Wentz gets his revenge against the Seahawks and beats them. I think we're just going to take this L. I'm sorry, but we're going to take this L. So then we got the Saints. And this is Malcolm Jenkins' return home game. I think he's going to get a standing ovation. Not like Brian Dawkins, or they're going to cheer for him or anything like that. I don't think. But because I know how I specifically feel about the Saints, and I know how you guys feel about the Saints. But I think that Drew Brees, he get up there, and that's a good team. But, I'm tired of losing to the Saints too, okay? I'm tired of losing to the Saints, and I think we're just going to win this game, plain and simple. I'm not comfortable with this one either, but I'm picking them to win this game. Next, we got the Cardinals. We are at the Cardinals, not worried about it. Yeah, they got DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, they got Larry Fitzgerald. Not worried about it. So that's a win. Next, we got the Cowboys. We'll be going to Dallas. Like I said, we typically split with Dallas, except for the one anomaly year where they swept us. But I think we're going to beat the Reds. I think they're going to beat us at home because why not? Gotta be fair. And then finally, we close the season off at home against the Washington Redskins, where the Eagles will win, and that will be a wrap on the season. So, if you were paying attention at home, that means I end up with the same record as Addy, that the Eagles are going 12-4. I am not confident in that 12-4 record whatsoever. Let me just say that. But after going through this thing scheduled for about a good 10, 15, 30, 45 minutes, that's the conclusion that I came from. That's the best case scenario, 12-4. The worst case scenario, I'm not saying worst, but realistic scenario, I'd say somewhere around 10-6. I'd say somewhere around 10-6, maybe 11-5. Hopefully not another 9-7 season, but I think that's where we're going to be at, somewhere in that range. Realistically. Unrealistically, 12-4. Will that be enough to get the number one seed since there's only one bye week now? I don't know. We'll see. Speaking of the NFC East, before I let you go real quick, I'm going to go through the other NFC East teams and their games and their records. And we can talk about it in the comment section down below. But I'm going to just go through it real quick because this has already been 19 minutes and we're going to try and wrap this up. Go. All right, so Cowboys open up against the Rams. That's a W. Falcons, W. Seahawks, L. Browns, W. Giants, W. Cardinals, W. Redskins, L. Eagles, L. Steelers, W. Then they're at their bye week. They're 6-3. So remember, I said at our bye week, we will be 6-2. While at their bye week, they'll be 6-3. All right. So coming back from the bye, they got the Vikings. That's a W. They got the Redskins. That's a W. They got the Ravens. I'm gonna say that's an L. They got the Bengals. That's a W. They got the 49ers. I'm gonna say that's an L. Then we got the Eagles we're gonna be at them. So that's a W for them. And then they close out with the Giants, and that's a W. So if you're keeping at home, that means best case scenario for them, I got the Dallas Cowboys at 11-5. Now I know you're thinking, what the heck is wrong with you? But I don't let my fandom cloud my judgment, and I'm not biased. Okay, I come at this with a realistic point of view, and let's be honest, the Dallas Cowboys with Zeke, with Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, and now CeeDee Lamb, that offense is going to be one of the best in the league. It was one of the best in the league last year. I think they were like top 3 in yards or scoring or something like that. And yes, they went 8-8, but you got to realize that was also because of Jason Garrett, but he's gone now. We'll see what Mike McCarthy can do. I don't think he's better than Doug Peterson, but so best case scenario, Redskins, Cowboys are going to go 11-5, maybe 10-6 also, just like us. But yeah, so now we're going to go into the Giants real quick. They got Steelers, L, Bears. I gave them a win, and I don't know who's going to be starting, if it's going to be Nick Foles or if it's going to be Mitchell Trubisky. If it's Nick Foles, obviously I'm going to root for Nick Foles. If it's not Nick Foles and it's Mitchell Trubisky, I'm still going to be rooting for the Bears because Nick Foles is on the team. But I also got to be realistic, and I think they can beat the Bears. I think they can, because even when they was on their best year, when they were 12-4, the Giants beat the Bears. So, hey, if they could beat them then, I think they can beat them now. All right, so 49ers, L, Rams, L, Cowboys, L, Redskins, W, Eagles, L, Bucks, L, Redskins, L, Eagles, L, and at their bye, they're going to be 2-8. Their bye week is on week 11. They got a pretty good bye week. Actually, matter of fact, the whole NFC East, like Redskins bye is on week 8, ours week 9, Cowboys week 10, and Giants are week 11. So that's something. But yeah, at their bye, they're gonna be 2-8. So, I mean, their season's gonna be over at that point. So, then they got the Bengals. That's a W. Seahawks. That's an L. Cardinals. That's a W. Browns. That's a W. They're not gonna want to lose to Odell. Like Odell's gonna want to ball out, but I think that's the one thing they're gonna refuse to lose is to Odell, since they're the ones that traded him away. Then Ravens L, and then Cowboys L. So I got the Giants going 5-11, which is what they were projected to go anyway. Like I said, unknown coach. Jason Garrett is the coordinator. I think they're getting better, but they're not there yet. I don't feel that from them like I feel from the Redskins. Speaking of the Redskins, as I said, they're gonna beat the Eagles week 1. Don't hate me. Then they're going to beat the Cardinals. Then they're going to beat the Browns. Then they're going to lose to the Ravens, Rams, and the Giants. Like I said, NFC East, we know it's a tough division. And normally Giants and Redskins split just how we split with the Cowboys. So that's how I got them. So I got them losing to the Giants. Then they got them beating the Cowboys, because every now and then they do pull out a shocker. So at their bye week, they're going to be 4-3. Not great, but better than what they probably expected. So then they come back, they'll beat the Giants, they'll beat the Lions, they'll beat the Bengals. So 3 straight wins. There you go. That's like what? 7-3 already? You're like, oh snap, okay, here we go. Then they're gonna lose to the Cowboys, they're gonna lose to the Steelers, they're gonna lose to the 49ers, they're gonna lose to the Seahawks, then they're gonna beat the Panthers because they're the ones that fired Ron Rivera, so you know he's gonna have an agenda. And then they're going to lose to us in the final week. So they're going 8-8. So they were like 3-13 last year. To go from 3-13 to 8-8, that's a pretty big jump. Like I said, the NFC East is no longer a pushover division. I think they've gotten better. Every team's gotten better, including the Giants. Even though I gave them a 5-11 record, I still think they're not there yet. The big two, it's obviously still between Dallas and Philadelphia. But I'm not sleeping on any of the teams in the division. So again, final record: Redskins, I think they'll go 8-8. Giants, I think they'll go 5-11. Cowboys, best case scenario 11-5. Worst case, middle of the pack scenario 10-6. let's be honest, like I said, they got serious firepower, and now there being 7 teams allowed in the playoffs, they'll probably make it in. And then the Eagles, best case scenario, 12-4, worst case, 10-6, maybe 11-5. Hopefully not another 9-7 season. But that is how I see the NFC East playing out. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're a Redskins fan, let me know what you think your record is going to be. If you're a Giants fan, let me think what you think your record is going to be. If you're a Cowboys fan, let me think what your record is going to be. And obviously, of course, if you're a B with the Birds, let me know what you think our record is going to be. Sorry this video was so long, 25 minutes, but I'm just about done. Quick reminder, I'm going to start reviewing WWE again because with no sports, and I'd be doing playoffs right now in basketball, but there are no playoffs, so I need to do something, and we got limited stuff from the NFL, and if the Eagles ever do something, I will obviously report on it, but I need something else to keep this channel going, so I'm going back to WWE. I'm also still doing the Austin Era reviews this Sunday, or is it Monday? Yeah, this Monday, check out, I'm going to be posting my next Austin Era pay-per-view review, so look out for that. And when I do the WWE videos, I'm reviewing Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-view predictions, and pay-per-view reviews. That's going to be coming back as well. So look forward to that. So please remember to rate, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, spread the word. We're really close to 300 subscribers, so let's get there. Again, end of the year goal is made hopefully 500, but if we can get to 1,000, I'd really love that. So that's pretty much about it. I will talk to you guys next time. And if you're not down with that, I've just got 3 words for you. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace out, guys.